I may cuss, but I don't curse. Let's get that situated first, y'all. Let's get that situated first. So what's going on, everybody? About to get into a reading for Aries and Aries energy. Cross watchers, you're all welcome. You already know. This is the place that you can be. You can hang out. You can investigate. You can get spiritually in tune with what's going on. Astrologically, Aries is in the North Node right now. So you may be able to pick up some pointers if you're watching that area of your life, how it pertains to your chart, however you choose to go about it. You know what I mean? If you're eavesdropping on your lover, whatever it is, you know what I mean? This is the time. This is the time. This is the time. So we're going to start off with the blind spot deck. As a matter of fact, I'm going to switch up my style a little bit right now. Boom. There goes the card. It's the number 12. And I'm going to draw all of the cards first so I can look at the bigger picture and then read. How about that? Alright, so we got the number 12 out here. The number 12 may mean something to y'all. If it does, make it do what it do. If it don't force it. Pause. That's crazy work. No forcing. You know what I mean? Consent, y'all. Consent. Get the Wild Unknown Alchemy guidebook out now. We're going to start drawing from there. How's everybody doing out there? Hope you're doing fabulous. Hope you're doing fantastic. And if not, just hang in there. It gets greater later. Try to be present. I'm telling you, try to be present. Breaths. Take deep breaths. Pardon the shuffling in the mic. By the way. First card out. Come on now, come on. With your stubborn ass. We got copper out here. What else, Spirit? Oh, okay. I hear you. We got the Virgin's Milk out here. Oh, baby. All right. What else, Spirit? Give me a third card from the Wild Unknown Alchemy. We have blood. Milk, blood. What's going on? What's going on? All right. Put this deck down. We're going to get to some tarot. Now time to get to some tarot. Bang. We got the Page of Swords out here. Followed by the... Pick a card, any card. What do we have here? We have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Followed by the... what do we have here? We have the Chariot. The Chariot. First major arcana out on the board. And we have the Ten of Cups in reverse. Give me one more card from the tarot deck, Spirit. One more card from the tarot deck. Can already feel what's pretty much happening here. But, let me continue. We have the... Excuse me, y'all. The Ten of Pentacles also in reverse. All right. It is time. So let me get to this blind spot deck, everybody. Find out what the definition is for number 12. So we can see what's behind the veil. You know what I mean? See what's behind the curtain. Who's playing Wizard of Oz out here? Your goodness. Your goodness. If you have drawn this sigil in this situation, you and perhaps other people do not see your own goodness, capability, or excellence. Maybe you are not feeling good enough. Perhaps you are looking at other people and wishing you were as good as they are. Perhaps you are perpetually caught in self-doubt, self-blame, or self-criticism. You do not see the truth of yourself clearly because you are seeing yourself through an inaccurate, negative light. Ask yourself, what am I so afraid will happen if I admit to what is truly good and excellent about me? What am I so afraid of? What am I so afraid will happen if I express this to other people? Every person who has been socialized, no matter where they grow up, what society they are raised in, has an inner self that is self-critical. This is called the inner critic. This self acts like a negative narrator, constantly commenting on you and your life. No matter how much you try to please this aspect of yourself and live up to its standards, you can't. This inner voice is designed to keep you safe from being shamed by others by being the one that shames you from the inside. Essentially, it criticizes you before anyone else has the chance to. This voice is absolutely desperate in a painful way to make us a success according to our adopted definition of success, and to make us approved of by people within our society. Obviously, this method of coping with the world is in fact a setup for a life of self-shaming. The saddest thing about this inner part of us is that we don't realize it's an adaptation within us. We think it literally is us. This aspect of you is like the parent whose love is abusive. It is like the parent who is so desperate for you to avoid failure, hurt, and shame. Therefore, to see you succeed, make enough money, find the perfect relationship, get the reputable job, and be approved by society, that they end up suffocating you with pressure. What is important to see is that this voice that keeps you drowning in shame is actually the part of you that wants the very best for you. You have to see the motive of this inner fragment of you to be able to integrate this aspect into the rest of your being. Regardless of what you have been told in the past by other people, it is not actually against you. Instead, it is your greatest advocate. There is a way to turn this inner dynamic around so that it works in your favor. When you begin to feel bad, you can tune in to these internal thoughts and the internal self that is the source of this voice and these thoughts. You can witness what it's saying and specifically look for the vulnerability that is beneath each of its expressions. This process is a bit like seeing smoke and, in response, going looking for the flames. For example, let's say that you attend a dinner with some friends and you say something and notice the slightest reaction in one of the people at the table that you interpret as a negative response. Maybe this inner aspect of you is saying things like, "You're always such an idiot. Why do you have to say that? You blew it this time." They're probably talking about you now as we speak. That is the smoke. The flames underneath is the vulnerability. The vulnerability is something like, "I feel so powerless to do and say the right thing, and I'm terrified that if I say the wrong thing, people will reject me." You can begin to perceive the pain you feel in your body and thoughts and inner voice behind them as coming from an aspect of you that is like a smoke alarm. Every time it starts speaking, it is alerting you to the presence of fire. Something is very threatening and painful to you on a deep level, and it needs your help to deal with it. If you consider this internal self-evaluator as the part of you that asks you for help to immediately change a situation that could cause you rejection, you will begin to see that these painful feelings are not trying to hurt you. Instead, they are like a smoke alarm that is screaming out for your help. If you have drawn this sigil, you need to admit to what is good about you and capable about you and excellent about you, especially relative to the situation at hand. And the other people involved in the situation need to do this too. In this situation, both you and those around you have a serious blind spot relative to that goodness. Instead, all you, and potentially they, see is badness and wrongness. Yeah, this is pretty much spot on for Aries energy for reasons that I definitely know of because of the studying that I've been doing on Aries energy for the past 2 weeks. There's a heart in that number 12 too. There's 2 hearts. One at the top, one at the bottom. Pause. Hey, yo, that's crazy. But you're going to see the picture in the thumbnail, by the way. You're probably looking at it right now. Let's get to this copper. Let's get to this copper definition. In ancient times, on an island called Cyprus, copper was mined extensively to make vessels and tools. This island is the same fertile ground of Aphrodite, the goddess associated with the planet Venus and the forces of love, pleasure, and fertility. Such is the magic of copper. This golden-hued metal elicits delight and mystique, even a sense of awe. The copper card makes the arrival of Eros into the laboratory. It is likely that alchemist has been hard at work for too long, prioritizing scholarly pursuits over sensual pleasure. Get ready for a shift of priorities, for an awakening of the heart and the life-generating centers of the body. In the true alchemical experiment, nothing is excluded or separate from the work. Bring sensuality into the fold and embrace it with the reverence and curiosity. Aphrodite smiles upon you. Virgin's milk. Let's go. Let's go. Virgin's milk. In alchemy, Las Virginis is a mystical substance, supposedly coming from the virgin's breast. Titties! Excuse me, y'all. The alchemist asks, how can it be? How can milk come from one not carrying a child? That is precisely the nuanced teaching of Las Virginis. When studied as an alchemical concept, it points to a lack of awareness or experience that the alchemist would rather not reveal. Yes, this milky substance is a symbol of purity and innocence, but its shadowed side is naivety, and even denial. When the virgin's milk appears, discernment and honesty must be applied to the work. Is something being glossed over, rushed, or presented as perfect? There are likely complexities that need to be addressed so the alchemist can gain the maturity to handle what's next. That's bars, ain't it? Yeah, it sure is. Okay. Go deeper. Watch the movie, The 40-Year-Old Virgin. Hey, yo. All right. Blood. Have no fear of the blood card. It indicates a remembrance of the vital mammalian nature of our existence. Drop by drop, this sacred elixir reminds us that we are alive, not merely thinking beings, but being beings. When blood is the prima materia in the laboratory, the alchemist uses the physical body as the starting point, building a relationship to the container that houses the spirit. Through the limbs, the organs, the cells, we witness the miracle of life, one heartbeat at a time. Eventually, the alchemist naturally partakes in practices that support and nourish blood's life-giving nature. We learn to honor and protect it. In alchemy, red is the color of vitality and radiance. With this card, you've dropped into the vital realm. Sing the body's praises. Okay. Now we got the Page of Swords out here, followed by Two of Pentacles in reverse, then the Chariot, Ten of Cups in reverse, and Ten of Pentacles in reverse. I just gotta keep it a being and beginning by saying this. You, Aries, are under the impression that, alright, so what I'm getting from this reading is that there's chaos all around you. There's chaos all around the Aries energy in general. And it has you doubting yourself. It has you under the impression that you've done something terribly wrong. And that there are steps that others have taken that confirms that, because obviously they're doing something better than you because of their situation at this current time. And what you're failing to realize is that there is something around you, not just something, but there are things around you that you can pick up and utilize to assist you in handling the things that you need to handle, not what everyone else needs to handle. You see, looking outside of yourself is actually the hindrance in this message here. Because it's causing you to look at yourself different than what and who you truly are. You have done and said some things for people or to people that have helped them. You see, the thing here is you feel underappreciated. You feel like it's not enough. And not only that it's not enough. See, this is what happened. You shaped and molded yourself for other people, and the consequence of that is feeling not enough, because you're really stuck on some Libran energy, if I'm gonna keep it a being with you. And that's what it is. You have a history of showing up for others, and what it does is it takes so much of you that when shit hits the fan, like it has, like you're surrounded by chaos. No bullshit. And this, you might not even feel this personally. You know what this also reminds me of? You may be looking at the news, you may be looking at, a lot of headlines and stuff like that, and that is actually impacting you negatively, because you're you're taking it on as if those are all your battles, or how they impact you in some type of way, when in all actuality they're nowhere even close near to you, is what I'm picking up. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're not personally in that situation. Your situation is truly about yourself, but you keep applying these other things to your life. And that's not what this is about. What's happening in the process is you're losing the feeling of the moment. You're not present. You're thinking ahead and you're thinking behind. Mercury retrograde is still in process. You're thinking everywhere except in the very moment right now. And you're also working on something. You're working on something, but you're not going to get the true satisfaction and fulfillment of that thing until you learn that every moment is a part of the process. So every time you take a step out of yourself, it's like astral projection. You know how you go travel, your body goes on a mission into another dimension. You're doing that in awakened state. You know, things like daydreaming, again, hedging on what else is going on in the world, when that's not required of you. What's required of you is what's in front of you. And the best way to be operable for that is to be in the moment. I know I said that already, but I need to stress that. And the things that are in front of you takes appreciation. It takes gratitude. Like, you're lacking gratitude at this very moment. And some of y'all are saying, how can we have gratitude when this is happening in the world, when that's happening in the world? How can I have gratitude when every time I try to say something or do something for someone, it's never enough? How can I have gratitude when, you know, like the number 12 said, I hear this inner voice within me that's telling me I'm not doing it enough, or I'm not doing it the right way. And the special part about this is that there's a secret in that. Like, think about when they say, okay, the best time to buy is when blood is in the street, right? So for those of you who are overwhelmed by what's happening in the world, that's actually the opportunity for you. So like I said in the number 12, that voice that you hear is actually trying to help you. That self-critical voice is actually trying to help you. It's not a lie, but you're taking it the wrong way. It's trying to give you hints to the opportunities that are around you from the perceived atrocities that don't even have much to do with you at all. If even if that, there's opportunities for you to capitalize off of them. And it's just not about money. It's also about just being, just taking a part, taking an active role and doing what it is that you're doing. And instead of trying to help people, help yourself is the message here. Because you're in denial of your own capabilities. And the reason being is because you keep trying to invest it in others. You keep trying to see it in others. You know, see people for who they are not, instead of seeing yourself for who you are. The more that you concentrate that energy into doing what it is that you should be doing for you, the more it works out for the other people involved. Because they're not going to see it if you don't see it, or when you don't see it. And I would say that that's granted. I would say that that's warranted. A level of discernment is needed right now, because you're coming off of a spree of being a bad judge of character. And this is not in all facets. Or should I say, this is not with all the people that you've been engaging with. But it's definitely some. It's definitely some. And It bothers you. It bothers you. And the creative things that you want to do, there's a delay in them that is frustrating you. It's also adding on to, like I said, I healed anxiety by studying Aries energy. So this reading is just right up the alley. This is really a solution message. So when I said in the other readings prior, right, that I might make a separate video to explain how I healed my anxiety with Aries energy, this is that reading. I get to do a 2-for-1 right now, because this Page of Swords is actually me I'm looking at as delivering the message of you. That delayed news should actually increase your curiosity for the things that you have on your plate, things, especially things that are creative. There should be a high level of being unconcerned with how others feel, meaning feel about you. And I don't mean to be vicious towards people. Expect that your tonality is going to impact someone in some type of way. So when you raise your awareness on that, speak in a way that is not offensive. You're not being phony to yourself. It's just having a high level of self-awareness. Self-awareness. It doesn't mean to not state what you need to state, though, but state it from a frame of stating your stance, not what you think the other person needs to hear or should hear because they're going through something or they feel some way or you picked up on their tone. Therefore, you're speaking this way or that way because that's the upright, standard, righteous thing to do. No, we're looking for you right now. And what I'm getting is people don't even fully realize that they're looking for you. You got to realize that you're looking for you. That voice inside of you, call them demons if you must. They're demons. They're speaking to you. But see, nobody, well, not nobody, but some people don't like to face their demons. Right? That comes off of this virgin's milk. The naivety that's attached to it. The denial that's attached to it. Yes, those are demons. They are speaking to you. But everyone has a dark side. And they're just trying to help you. They're trying to help you get better. And the more that you step into yourself, you're going to see those demons dissipate. They're going to leave you alone. But if you don't address this, they're not going to leave you alone. That's why, partially why this delay is being put into play. Bars are nice. We know that already. Retrograde music is on YouTube. Stream it. But this discernment that's needed alongside of that is going to give you the time to calculate and use, the discernment to figure out why you should be guarded now. Because if someone doesn't see your worth, right? If someone doesn't see your value to the point where you don't see your value, you're really at square one. And you cannot be in denial about that. You can't keep trying to give to others when you've left yourself. You left yourself exposed and vulnerable. Be honest about that. This is a good time for experimentation. This is a good time to even travel if you can. And that's even if you're taking a walk around the block. A jog up the hill and back or something. Because that's where the blood card also comes in, to step into your body. The best way that you can get immediate results to bring a solution to this pandering type of style that you've been hooked on for some time now is to get in your body. Do jumping jacks. And I know some of y'all may feel silly doing jumping jacks, you know what I mean? Your balls may be slapping your fucking thighs. Your tits are jumping left, right, ladies. And you're just like, come on, this is crazy. Like, I ain't do jumping jacks since I was in PE in motherfucking elementary school. Listen, my nigga, listen. Do some fucking jumping jacks, yo. Sis, do some jumping jacks. I'm telling you, first thing in the morning, because that's going to make you feel alive. You might even shock yourself to see how much energy it takes from you. But the breath is going to get jogged so well that you're going to be able to step back into yourself immediately. And then I can guarantee you're probably going to want to do more exercises after that. But jump started with some jumping jacks. I'm telling you, I'm not just being perverted. Now, this Two of Pentacles that's in reverse, this lack of balance that's associated with that is based upon, again, I think that you're making investments in other people. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying that it's not the time for that. Because that also sends a signal to the universe that you're pandering, that you're, giving your energy away at a time. Look, it's just not time for that. I told y'all, the North Node is in Aries right now. It's just not time for that. The more you build on your structure, the more it's going to be better for those other people. And some of them are going to learn their lesson in this process because they have no choice but to observe. You're even going to notice that you're getting more like text messages now, more phone calls now. And you'll see in times of solitude when you're working on yourself during this delay and you're waiting on news to come in and stuff like that. And then your ideas start to form and you're getting more mobile in your body and you're doing stuff around the house that needs fixing up that you would otherwise be ignoring. It's going to be in those moments that you get these reach outs to you. That's going to be a signal to you to understand exactly what I'm saying here with this message. The more you build you, the more people are going to gravitate that energy. You're going to become like a black hole. All right. And this is when you're going to step into yourself, because you're going to receive confirmation and you're going to say, oh, I see now. I see now. And these are things that you knew already, right? But these are based upon conversations that you've been having with yourself. Just you and the demons. You and your demons. And you even feel like they're haunting you. And I'm telling you, they will. They will until you step into yourself and obey. And some of y'all might be tripping right now like, yo, you're supposed to be the spiritual guy or whatever the case may be. You're telling me to listen to demons? I'm telling you to listen to your demons. They're yours. Yes, I'm telling you to do that. Because if you don't, you run the risk of being subject to other people's demons. Some of y'all, I'm strongly picking up, are in the way of other people's karma. And these are people that are associated with you. And you may have a real liking for them. They may have a real liking to you, at least to a degree. Not to the most appreciated degree do they have it for you. But these relationships don't have to end. They can become stronger and everything. But not if you're in the way of their karma. Point being, you're not helping them. You're not helping them until, now check this out. You're not helping them until they come to you and say, hey, I want to do this. Hey, remember we said we was going to do this? What's up with that? Just wanted to check back in and follow up with you, right? Because this is Aries energy. I'm pretty sure you set a lot of things off with people. You're good at that. You're great at that. One of those things that is being asked of you in the number 12 card, to realize how good you are. You are good. You are good at things. So be good, be gooder, so that they can be aware of it, so they can become aware. Be self-aware of just how damn good you are, yo. Channel into that, because you're going to jump in that chariot seat to where, because the chariot is right after the Two of Pentacles. So that imbalance is going to be balanced out. You got the Sphinx on the left, you got the Sphinx on the right, and you got the reins. You're going to grip control. Pause. And you're going to speak it like you know it. Like I said, speak firm, speak with confidence, speak with authority, but don't speak offensively. Curb your tone. Choose words, not choose words wisely, not cautiously, just wisely. The vocabulary is so vast. Don't limit yourself to simple speech. You could limit your words, because it shouldn't take much when you're not being offensive, you know? Sometimes people over talk because they're trying to protect the other people's feelings and stuff like that. But what's being told to me to tell you is to just speak firm but softly, in fewer words, in ways that are not offensive, and it's going to make a whole lot of sense to the people that you interact with. some of these demons that you converse with derive from broken family dynamics. Just keeping it a being. So keep it a being with yourself. Don't be in denial of that. There are demons in your family, yo. I'm picking that up strong for some of y'all that I'm talking to. You've been under the impression that society says family over everything. And for some of you, even though the demons have been telling you like, yo, not that family member, not that family member, shit, some of y'all not that side of the family. But here you go, you know, having that societal stance embedded in your heart, in your brain. Really, it's a program that you've yet to relinquish. You've yet to let go of that mindset. And I'm pretty sure that once this retrograde goes, once Mercury gets direct, at least, you're going to get back to not back to, but you're going to get a full realization of what I'm saying. And not for nothing, you might just be the breadwinner of the family. You might be the one that, you might be the black sheep I'm getting for some of y'all, or the one that surpasses everyone. Whatever that means. I don't know what that means. Look, don't think that it just means hitting a lotto or 10 million in your bank account in a mansion, in a Bugatti. Because what I'm also seeing here is that the chaos that's around you, that has you thinking that you're fucked up, you messed up, you made some wrong decisions. You have made some wrong decisions, but again, those decisions were based on making other people feel good. But that's actually the secret to your success right now. Your success, I'm seeing and feeling, is not carved out like any others. It's so different. It's so unique. It's very singular. It's very leadership-like. And people are going to learn this from you, that you can actually change the family dynamic, that they can change the family dynamic that they are in by taking a look at you. Because you it's like you must carve your way through this. Because you're not the only one that's going through some dysfunctional family type shit. Others are too. You're not alone in that walk. Now, again, the secret sauce, pause, that's crazy, right? But the secret is all of the financial things that are like ruined right now. Just take a look, because I feel like I said, y'all are in tune with the things that are happening in the world. Some of y'all are big CNN heads. Some of y'all have those political discussions and stuff like that. All of the disasters are opportunities for you. And even if, because there's a few cards out here that says there's some things going wrong in the financial department, right? So even you may think that your struggle is unique. Maybe, and this again is because you're looking at too much other stuff, Instagram and stuff like that. And you're like, yo, where are these people getting all of this from and that from? And why it always seem like they're taking a trip? And I got to plan mine 6 months ahead and stuff like that. Listen, that's actually saving you. That's building character for you. That's, so, you know, they got the saying that says, you know, I forget how the saying goes. It's a few of them, but, you know, basically live like a bum now so you could ball later. You know, you might even want to get hidden out there. You know what I'm saying? Like go off the grid or something like that. But it takes the courage. That takes courage to not want to follow the Joneses. You understand what I'm saying? And with this heightened internet, you know, visibility and, you know, not that it's all bad. It's just that a lot of people play into it so personally that and become so attached to the persona of the image of the ego that they're lacking the patience needed to step into themselves, be themselves authentically, and not do those things for other people. Because a lot of them, and these are your friends included, some of them at least, are doing it for those reasons. You know, and they may trick themselves into believing that they're doing it for themselves, but you know better, because when you have the discussions with them and they make you feel like it was for nothing. It makes you feel like, well, they're not even going to listen to what I got to tell them anyway, because you hear it in the next conversation. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you could have, for example, you could have told them something that was very for them, and you did it out of the care and concern for them, right? It's sort of like an emotional investment. And then the next time around, they made it so evidently clear that they did not adhere, bars are nice, we know that already, to your pull-up, that you are baffled by it. Like, you really don't get me, or you don't really fuck with me, or you don't value my words. You don't value the time that I'm taking to find these words for you. You can't, because you're in the same situation. That's your demons talking to you too. Like, yo, what are you doing still talking with this person like that? You know, stop responding so fast in the text and stuff like that. Look, I'm just keeping it a bean. You know what I mean? Bars. But I come from the era where, yo, you had to be at your phone. You know, the phone with the cord on it at a particular time in order to talk to shorty, or her to talk to me. You know, like, that's how it was then. This whole, someone just got finished telling me driving is a privilege. Like, the right? Someone told them that driving is a privilege. Like, yo, to be able to text someone at any time of the day is a privilege. So for people getting their panties in a bunch because you don't return that text in a time that they would prefer, you know, they're very entitled. They're spoiled by this new wave of technology. It's not human like. It's still rather new too. I gather that later on in life we may acclimate is the word, adapt to it and look at it differently. But for now, it's like, yo, calm your tits. I'm doing me. You know what I'm saying? And you might just be in the bathtub for 2 hours. So fucking what? Reading a book and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I got for y'all. There's no advice here. This is the message. Step into yourself. Be you. Continue to converse with those demons and work on you, and you're going to see that you're not going to hear the demons anymore. Clean up your apartment. Clean up your house. Fix those little things that give you headaches around the lab that you've been saying you was going to fix. Fix them. Fix them. Do all of those little things that you've been ignoring, because those little things that you've been ignoring is a symbol of you ignoring yourself, because you put those things on the back burner to be there for other people and to address other people's needs. And they're not going to get no better. It's sort of like going to hospitals thinking that you're going to get cured. And shout out to those nurses and health professionals that have actually helped people in the hospitals. But you get what I'm saying. It's not the business is death. I'm just keeping it a bean. I got to keep it a bean. When I'm making this analogy, listen closely. That business is a business of death. Death sells. Poison sells. Health don't sell unless you go into the health food store to get the herbs. You understand what I'm saying? Like, let's keep it a bean. Don't be in denial. Be honest with yourself. All of these cards, the Virgin's Milk said to do that. The message is clear and concise. Now you know what to do. When you capitalize off of those things, watch, you're going to pick up on it. Light bulb going to go off in your head. You're going to get this business, creative, entrepreneurial idea to do something on your own. Watch how many people start hitting you up and tell you exactly how valuable you are. With that being said, I'm out. Till next time.